On this episode, we talk about crying in the car, a fairly pretentious kind of music, and getting peer reviews for your stuff. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Finish Friday, the show that helps more creative people change more lives. I'm your host, Todd B from Tennessee, and I could not be more excited about 2018. Like 2017 was cool, but like it's time to put that behind us. I had some stuff in that year that really could have probably lived without. I'm sure you feel the same way. And so I'm excited to get into the new year and get the good vibes going. Before you do anything else, I've linked a post down below called "Was This the Exact Moment in History Creative People Got Screwed?" And it's causing some controversy online. I would love to know what you think as well. It's breaking down the left brain, right brain thing and seeing how all of that works. Other than that, I'm ready to go. So let's get into today's topic. I remember I started crying, and I remember it so vividly. Like I'm sitting on the on ramp to get on the interstate away from my corporate job and head back home, and I literally just start crying. And I was wondering what was going on, and I realized that it wasn't because I hated my job, and it wasn't because I had all this turmoil about it, or I wanted to quit, or anything like that. I realized that I was crying because I had so much desire to be better than I was. And when I think back on that moment, like that's a moment that really changed me because I realized at that moment, everything I had done up to that point had kind of been casual. Like I wanted to be a writer, but I didn't really do anything about it. I wanted to create great work, but I wasn't moving toward it. And in that single moment, I'm sitting there and a change happens within me. And I want to encourage you this morning, the best thing you can do for your artistic career, your creative drive, whatever it is to start to cultivate desire. The skill will come, right? Like you getting better at things and producing better stuff, that will come, but it won't come unless you have the desire to do some. When you focus on staying motivated and staying pumped up and keeping a desire day after day after day after day, you will find the tools, you'll find the techniques, you'll find the skills required to do what it is that you want to do. So this morning, this afternoon, whatever time it is when you're watching this, think of ways to fuel the desire within yourself, because when you do that, everything else falls into place. Several of you have kind of commented on the fact that since I switched the angle of the show, I don't show off my books anymore. And so I just wanted to bring up what I'm reading lately, Tribe of Mentors, Tim Ferriss. It's a good read, a lot of short kind of pieces in there and little insights throughout if you're into that kind of thing. This week's question comes from Cassie, and Cassie asks, do you have any recommendations for getting peer reviews? I definitely do, and I'll get into that in a second. But first, I want to break down for everybody else why peer reviews are so important. And what you're looking at right now on the screen is my numbers for the latest book launch. And that little dot right there is the day that I sent out the peer reviews in the email. That's obviously a huge day for me. And so what happens is, as humans, we have this weird thing where we don't want to go first. And while it makes sense if you don't want to go into the cave to see if there's a bear, it doesn't make as much sense when it comes to purchasing a book. And that is a struggle whenever you're an author, or an artist, or a musician trying to get people on board to what it is that you're doing. And so what my advice is, you got to create kind of an ambassador group for whatever it is that you do. For my book specifically, I took the time and collected some people that I thought would be into my message. And I said, hey, look, I'll give you the book for free if you agree to review it. before the book comes out. That's one easy way that you could kind of collect words about your work to help it look bigger than it is by the time you launch it to everyone else. So I would say get your group of tight-knit people, even if it's family or friends, get them to read the book for free and then throw you a few words, because if you get that in place, that's a big deal for selling your stuff. So I hope that helps accomplish some peer reviews. This week's artist spotlight goes on the YouTube channel Classical Tunes, and what you're hearing right now is their French Baroque compilation. And I think I love the chill step, and I love like melodic dubstep, and I brought that on the show before, but Baroque music specifically has been proven to help you in your study and in your creativity, because it's usually 60 beats a minute, which is in rhythm with like the resting heart rate of what humans are, and that puts your brain in this alpha mode. You're able to study, you're able to focus, and you're able to create. So I'm gonna let this play for a little bit and let you enjoy some French Baroque music. I love it. I found that this morning looking for new things to put in front of you guys and help out. So I'll, of course, link out the hour-long video down below. Make sure to go over there and show Classical Tunes some love and tell them where you came from, of course. That is it for episode 51, the first one of 2018. Thanks so much for watching. And before you get out of here, answer this week's Ask the Audience in the comments below. What is the best purchase you've ever made under $100? I'm interested to see like the kind of life-changing stuff that you guys can get for not that much money. So leave a comment down below. I'll make sure to stop by and say hey. And once again, I'm Todd B from Tennessee, and I will talk with you next week.